Today's video comes out of Taylor, Michigan, where we have my second appearance for a court date in regards to an arrest for allegedly interfering with police activities. Please see the link in the pinned comment for links to more videos related to this arrest. Portions of this video are courtesy of Wolverine Transparency. First, let's show you some of what happened at the first court appearance. Okay, because in this particular case, there are crimes that occurred, but the crimes that occurred were the people that put their hands on somebody that had no desire to be having somebody put their hands on them, and then binding them, and then placing them in the back of a gangmobile, and then taking them to a cage. That's the victim in this case. And the victim, if the victim is going to be the city of Taylor, and it's going to be presided over by a judge that is paid by the city of Taylor, with a police officer that's bringing the charges with the help of an attorney, and then they don't know what 241 or Section 241 Title 18 conspiracy to violate my rights, then I have serious concerns for the fairness and the meaningfulness of these proceedings. And I think that's very reasonable.
I am a judge of the 23rd District Court of the state of Michigan. It's located in the city of Taylor, but I don't work for the city of Taylor.
But do you see my concern for my safety?
I absolutely, except for that fact is.
Well, first off, that's a separate. What you're talking about is civil type cases.
Well, it's also criminal.
Well, yeah, the judge is incorrect there. He's confusing Title 42 with Title 18. The judge is incorrect there. He's confusing Title 42 with Title 18. The judge is incorrect there.
Now let's see what happens at the second court appearance.
Title 42 with Title 18.
All right. Number one, you got to make sure you kind of show up on time, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Only because sometimes the judges get a little feisty if we don't have anything going. They start calling cases for bench warrants. So.
Yeah, the old implied threat of violence from the state. You know what I mean?
No, it's just they gave you time to show up. That's all.
Well,
Okay.
It's implied violence from the state, right?
My name's Jeff Fanto. I'm your attorney if you want me to be. If you don't want me to be, I'm okay with that too. That's up to you.
Well, it sounds like you're kind of getting an attitude.
No, I'm just, I just made a comment that you need to show up on time. That's all.
Well,
Just
if all
that's
the public servants showed up on time, then that's great.
Well, let me just put it this way. I was here, okay? So it's
And in your
just
official
common courtesy. That's all I'm asking.
and in
okay?
your official capacity, you're a public servant, correct?
No, I'm an independent contractor to represent folks that need representing.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
Well, so the question is, if you want me to represent you, I'm happy to do that. If you don't want me to represent you, that's okay too. It's your choice.
I mean, as long as you're not in cahoots with that criminal prosecutor, then we're good.
I've been doing this a long time and haven't been accused of being in cahoots with anybody. So,
Well, I mean, you do have a bar license, correct?
40 years.
Okay, so if you speak out against the court, then they could revoke that
Wait,
license.
That's the Barber file we just did. But if I speak out against somebody, I lose my license. Is that what you're saying?
You are coercible by your bar license, correct, or your law license, right? If the courts think you did something wrong, they could take away your license, and then you would no longer be able to practice law. And if you're an attorney, then that doesn't bode well if you don't have a license to practice law, correct?
Well, given I've had it for 40 years, I suspect I've managed, in spite of pissing off judges from time to time, managed to keep my license. So.
All right. Well, as long as you're not afraid of pissing off a judge from time to time.
Wouldn't be the first time.
All right. I like you.
Probably won't be the last time.
All right. I think we're on the same page then.
And, do I know these folks? Yeah, I know. But the rules are when I'm playing this role, I have to do it for you.
Yeah, because I think what they think is by threatening me with violence or threatening me with jail or threatening me with any of the ways that the state attempts to threaten you, that it's going to get me to stop going out and protesting police and what they're doing with their disgusting actions down in Taylor right now.
Okay, well, you can,
I'm going to continue. I'm going to
way, that's
continue.
all.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to exercise my First Amendment right to tell them that they're disgusting, filthy swine down there.
And you have the absolute right to say that.
Well, thank you. And
here's a suggestion I would make, though.
Mm-hmm.
And because I have gone through your videos, don't walk in the street where traffic is and do it.
Well, I mean, if I get hit,
Number one, it's not safe for you.
well,
Number two, it creates a safety hazard for other folks, and that's the last thing you want to do. And I know that's your last thing. That's your intent.
well, I mean,
So
safety is safety.
Be careful about
Yeah,
that.
safety is the plea of every tyrant. You know what I mean?
I'm saying your safety. You're in the middle of the street and there's traffic. And if someone's trying to avoid you, now their safety is a problem. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm there for everybody's safety. But you said you reviewed the videos, correct?
I did.
Okay,
and
so
what
me.
I've got to do is
Yeah, so me stating this little piggy has been generating revenue for the state. This is Borg. Borg's a little liar. And Borg says, "Oh, I got to have backup." And then I pan the camera, and then I got a guy going hands on with me.
I watched it.
Okay, and then you're aware of Houston versus Hill, correct? Supreme Court case, and then interference alone, physical interference is basically the only thing that has to be, or that can construe police obstructing a police officer, or it has to rise to the threshold of fighting words. And I don't think in any courtroom in America, me saying this little piggy has been generating revenue for the state would constitute fighting words.
No, and the police, that you can say pretty much anything to them.
Well, and they're supposed to respond with restraint in the face of verbal challenges, and I don't think they're very good at doing that down in Taylor, which is what we're working on.
Okay, here's what I need to do. The regular city attorney, Mr. Greco, is not here today, and
the alleged criminal, Mr. Greco.
Your words.
Yes.
I don't have any basis for that, so that's on you.
Well, I mean, Section 241, 242, Title 18 says that he's conspiring with the cops to deprive me of my First Amendment right to free speech.
Mr. Lanto, save the preaching for the choir, okay?
All right. Well, you're an attorney, so you know all this. You know what I mean? So I'm talking to a guy who knows this.
I need to talk to Mr. Greco, okay?
Yeah, I think we need to have some words with Mr. Greco, because he's probably going to go by what's in a police report, and the public nowadays does not trust the police whatsoever, because they're liars, and they lie on police reports. And so no jury is going to say, hey, let's go by what this guy said in his police report. They're going to want to see the video. So unless we're going to do, I don't know about how to do motions to, to get evidence into the record. But I'm guessing they're going to want to suppress the video, because the video is going to make them look out to be like they're just whiny little crybaby police.
The video won't get suppressed.
So as long as, let's play that video for a jury and see what the jury says. Because a reasonable person, without giving any warning, was I in a parking lot that was closed off to the public? The answer to that is no. Okay, am I allowed to approach a traffic stop? The answer to that is yes. Would any reasonable person... So this is a case of consideration, right?
I don't understand the question.
This is a case of consideration. For example, was I in a parking lot that was open to the public?
Yeah.
Am I legally and lawfully allowed to approach a traffic stop, approach a police officer on a traffic stop?
As long as you're not getting in his way.
Right, as long as I'm not physically interfering with him, right. Or it has to rise to the threshold of fighting words. And it's an even higher threshold when it comes to police officers, according to Houston versus Hill, because that threshold is even higher because a well-trained police officer is supposed to... Yeah.
Again, you're preaching to the choir here, okay?
Okay.
Save that for somewhere else.
All right.
What I'm going to do is I want to set this for a final settlement conference, because then between now and then, I'll have a chance to speak with Mr. Greco.
Yeah, I think that's a wise thing to do because, as you can probably tell, I'm not accepting any plea deals. This will go all the way to trial, and this will go to an appeal and this will go to an appeal if the city of Taylor is not going to recognize my right to free speech.
Alrighty, are you still on Cloverdale?
No, I'm not giving physical addresses at this time. As you can probably guess with my line of activism, there's a lot of danger that goes into what I do.
That's where a notice is going to go. How are you going to get notice for your court date?
People on YouTube told me about it this morning, so that's the reason why I was a little bit late, because I don't really pay attention.
Well, you need to pay attention, and so what you need to do in about 2 weeks, go online to the court's website, search your name, you'll find your new court date.
Okay, I mean, or you know, if you want to file a motion, just say, hey, given an opportunity just to back out right now, that would probably be their smartest play. But then again, I've dealt with courts and I've dealt with, you know, criminal prosecutors quite a bit, and they don't tend to do the smart thing. They tend to want to get vengeance and, like, use their anger to be like, oh, I don't like this guy.
Lanto.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Check in 2 weeks on the court's website. You'll be able to see where your next court date is.
Okay.
Okay? That way, because whoever's on Cloverdale is going to get your notice. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And if you know who's there, then you'll get your notice anyways.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you.
All righty. So, we've got one form that we have for today. That's just the plea form, and the plea form tells the court what we're doing. Ours just says that we're adjourning it.
You know I'm not.
Conference.
Okay, because you know I'm not going to fill out any paperwork, right?
Oh no,
okay.
We're not pleading to anything. It's called a plea form.
Yeah.
For lack of a better description.
Yeah, and
it just tells the court.
Yeah, and on the record, sorry, go ahead.
It just tells the court what we're doing, and yours says setting final settlement conference.
All right, beautiful.
Is it okay if I sign that for you?
That's okay if you sign that for me, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking.
I'm going to give you a join button, and that'll get you back to the courtroom, and I'll tell the judge what's going on, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
And Happy New Year and all that fun stuff.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Here's your join button.
All right.
People versus Lanto. Morning, Your Honor, Jeffrey Fant on behalf of Mr. Lanto. Judge, we're had a chance to review the discovery. I need to speak with Mr. Greco, and we're just asking for a final settlement. All right, we're going to set this for a final settlement conference, Mr. Lanto. You'll get a new date in the mail, sir.
Alrighty, and then just one quick question. Are you done with your docket for now? I don't want to hold anybody up.
No, I have one last case.
You have one last case? Okay. All right, I'll save it for the next time we have an opportunity to talk.
All right, very good. Have a good day, sir.
All right, you too. They tried to dox on the recording, right? So now they're sitting out here. Now you guys, hey, just so you know, you guys are live on YouTube right now. You're live on YouTube right now. Okay, so just what that means is be on your best behavior and don't be stupid.
I don't understand the question.
This is a case of consideration. For example, was I in a parking lot that was open to the public?
Yeah.
Am I legally and lawfully allowed to approach a traffic stop, approach a police officer on a traffic stop?
As long as you're not getting in his way.
Right, as long as I'm not physically interfering with him, right. Or it has to rise to the threshold of fighting words. And it's an even higher threshold when it comes to police officers, according to Houston versus Hill, because that threshold is even higher because a well-trained police officer is supposed to... Yeah.
Again, you're preaching to the choir here, okay?
Okay.
Save that for somewhere else.
All right. Hey, is that tin legal? Is that tint legal? Do you have a window tint test that we can run to see if that tint is legal? You can't hear me. Well, roll the fucking window down. Roll the window down. And that little fucking, look at her. She thinks it's funny and she's smiling this whole time. She thinks it's funny and she's smiling this whole time.
Hey, they all know you, but you guys got along.
Yeah. You little scaredy fucking cats. You cowards.
House of Cards is coming.
So look,
It's coming down.
this fucking idiot over here, watch. This piggy, this little piggy has been generating revenue for the state all damn day long. This is Borg, and Borg's the little liar. He's like, oh, I gotta have backup. I gotta have backup. Stay 10 feet away from me.
Interfering at this point with his traffic
Stay
stop.
10 feet
You're
away
interfering
from me.
with his traffic stop.
Why? You stay
Provide me
10
your ID now.
10 feet away from
10
me.
feet now.
10 feet
10
away
feet.
from me.
You're under arrest. All right. You're interfering. You're under arrest. All right. You want to walk up on him when he's on a traffic stop like that? Not protesting. You knocked my body cam off. Yes, you did.
This is a case of consideration. For example, was I in a parking lot that was open to the public?
Yeah.
Am I legally and lawfully allowed to approach a traffic stop, approach a police officer on a traffic stop?
As long as you're not getting in his way.
You want to walk up on him when he's on a traffic stop like that?
Yeah.
Am I legally and lawfully allowed to approach a traffic stop, approach a police officer on a traffic stop?
As long as you're not getting in his way.
BSBT didn't have to stay in jail for too long because luckily for him, Kate from Troll Mafia official bailed him out that very same night. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and we'll see you on the next video.
This is not some sort of elaborate troll. I'm not mining content from this. I have had my side eye on Josh for a while.
What, the YouTube site? You know what? I'd have to remember. You know, they always have these. They always have these funny YouTube names. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah, they do it all the time. They go around and follow us and tape us and.
Is there anything you guys can do about it? Like.
Yeah. No.
No.
They can do whatever they want. They can tape. They can.
You guys
as long
can't.
as they're not doing anything illegal.
Oh, gotcha. Are you sure it's not illegal?
Yeah, because we can't be victims of anything. If somebody swore at us or something, there's nothing you can do.
There's not like a local.
Because we can't be victims.
Oh, gotcha. You can't like they don't have like a local law or something like that, or.
No.
No.
It's silly. Oh, I think I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, you're looking at it right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, being rude to the police, isn't that like harassment?
Yeah, but we can't be victims.
You can't be victims.
Right. I mean, if something, if they, for something like that, no.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, being rude to the police, isn't that like harassment?
Yeah, but we can't be victims.